You can call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Bobby King Green takes on Mauricio Ruffy this Saturday on the UFC 313 main card. And this is going to be a really fun fight. Bobby Green, very fun fighter, been in the UFC for a long time. Great personality, dude loves to throw down. Always in fun fights, never backs down. Taking on Mauricio Ruffy though, 11-1, fighting out of the Fighting Nerds gym, which seems to be kind of taking over the UFC. Those guys are very, very good, very talented. He's got a lot of momentum behind him, coming off of a very impressive win on the UFC, on Dana White's Contender Series, and then 2 wins in the UFC against Jamie Malarkey and James Lontop. The performance against James Lontop was okay. I thought Ruffy should have put him away, just with how good he is and how mediocre James Lontop is. But Lontop's very tough. You got to give him credit there. But seemed like Ruffy was hitting him with big shots, couldn't get him out of there, and kind of just was fading in terms of his gas tank. But I think Mauricio Ruffy is very good, very Conor McGregor-esque. If you look at the way he fights, a lot of aura. He's got that X factor, kind of like Gene Silva, who's on his team. But he's 5'11" with a 75-inch reach, taking on Bobby Green, who's 5'10" with a 71-inch reach. So he'll have a 4-inch reach advantage. He's going to be 10 years younger. Bobby Green getting up there, 38 years old. Taking a lot of damage in his career. Coming off of a loss to Paddy Pimblett, was choked unconscious. Before that, beat Jim Miller. But, you know, Jim Miller's like super old now. No disrespect. Was put out by John Turner. Awful stoppage, very late stoppage. Took a lot of damage in that one. Beat Grant Dawson real quick with a straight left in the first round. Beat Tony Ferguson. Had a bad fight with Jared Gordon, or I think it was illegal shots to the back of the head. But before that was put out by Drew Dober. TKO'd by Islam Makhachev. So he's had some good fights. He's lost to very good competition. He's not losing to any schmucks or bottom of the barrel guys, but then again, he's just very 50-50. Hasn't been very consistent or went on any real runs in the UFC. I think the biggest win streak he had in the UFC was a 4-fight winning streak back in 2013-2014, where he went on a 4-fight win streak. Ever since then, it's, you know, win 2, lose 2, win 2, lose 2. So very inconsistent. I feel like the UFC is trying to build up Mauricio Ruffy in this one. And that's why I'm going to go with Ruffy. I think he's the better fighter. I think he's the better striker. Bobby Green's not going to be shooting takedowns on him, so we don't even have to worry about that. The only one to shoot a takedown would be Ruffy, but I imagine he's going to keep this on the feet, take advantage of his, you know, dynamic striking, his 4-inch reach advantage, and look to chin Bobby Green in this one. Like I said, 38 years old, taking a lot of damage in his career. I don't see him being able to turn it around anytime soon, especially against a surging contender like Mauricio Ruffy, who up until his last fight we thought he was the next big thing, but sometimes you can't put them all away. But did beat James Lontop definitively. Has 1 loss on his record. Hasn't lost since November of 2019. The guy he lost to was Manuel Sousa, who's 11-1, so he's no slouch in his own right. Fights in Bellator. So I'm going to go with Mauricio Ruffy in this one. I think he'll chin Bobby Green. I do. Bobby Green, just not a lot of momentum. You know, very rudimentary with his style, hands down, boxer primarily. I think Ruffy's talented enough to game plan and strategize against a style like that and end up putting him out, unfortunately. But Mauricio Ruffy, I think he's a pretty big favorite. Minus 590 versus King Green, who's plus 420. So not a lot of confidence in King Green, which I get. So I'm going to go with Mauricio Ruffy in this one by knockout, 2nd round. Thanks, guys.